Hey, everybody, welcome to Animal Clinic. This is our first show. Salud. I with here me, Karina, Serpent Visionary Oracle,
And I'm Shauna Lee at Witchy Kind of Woman Official.
which is an awesome animal whisperer. Me, I just tune in to the animals. They do talk. So to open it up, why are we doing this? I'll tell you why. I was inspired to do this podcast and this whole creation due to a little friend of mine that had to be put down to sleep. It was his time on Dia de los Muertos, even. So, Soul Sister, if you're watching, oh, we know who this is dedicated to. So, in doing so, you know, animals have what? Spirit, souls, feelings, pain. They birth, they die, and they're here as our teachers, from the very creepy crawlies to the beautiful, majestic feathered ones, our reptile, scaly friends. They all have messages and medicine. They're our teachers. We're not theirs. Especially the ones that are our companions, right, Shawnee? Like when they're our companions, they're not pets. They become children, our guardians, our healers. So when they're no longer here, I cried when when I heard he had to be, it was time for him to go further, right? Go on. So in doing so, I, as a reader, I read everything. There's no limits with reading, right? Especially when it comes to the animal kingdom. So we designed this for you, for the mourners, or maybe your pets are alive and you'd like to receive while they're here, or maybe they have something to say. And then we have another interesting section coming towards you as we read. So, some people like to ask about their spirit guides as animal spirit guide readings. And that's when you get the risk of roast readings because these animals like to spill the tea, wouldn't you say, Shawnee? They're always talking. Look, this one over here has animals talk to her every day. Right? Who was talking to you today?
Oh my goodness, the blue jays. I have a blue jay. He loves to come to the back door and he starts singing and he don't stop until I come out there with the peanuts. He has a schedule and he comes in every single day. And yeah, I have all kinds of animals here uh, that I connect with and talk to.
Well, as soon as you set up those picnic benches out there, you know, the spaghetti and hot bread can start coming back. You can have a little squirrel menu. They're going to be asking for that beer soon. They're going to be knocking on your back door. Those little critters. Hey, you know what's interesting too is that we are also animals, although we're a different type. The animals that I know, like the creatures of the lands and those that are medicine, they're not like, hey, check that bitch out over there, man. They're like, they don't talk shit. They're not conspiring. They don't have jealousy. They get pissed though. They do have some of those little mischievousnesses that we do. So yes, they are, as some people have to say, without sin. Like they're not intending like I'm gonna kill that bitch because she didn't feed me today. And like they're not like that. They don't conspire. So they're whole, complete, perfect, just the way they are. And that's why I love them so much. And that's why they blessed our lives dearly. Today is solstice. How's your solstice going?
Oh,
I
excellent. I woke up feeling amazing today.
woke up.
And there's a lot that I'm looking forward to for the new year that, that we're creating and that I'm creating personally.
And part of which is animal based as well. Because all of us within us have something that guides us, something that speaks to us through the animal kingdom. So today, we would like to do a nice solstice reading and also know that I will be taking care of the tarot part, and Johnny over here has the animal oracle deck. So it's all animal based, all animal decks. And that said, I'm going to start shuffling so we can do this reading for you. And we will be doing live readings. Like you can come on, request a reading about anything animal, and if you read the description, you get what we're doing here. So for today, we just wanted to introduce ourselves, why we're doing this. I mean, wouldn't you love to have a reading? I mean, I follow someone on Instagram who I followed because she had a goat. And she's a yoga person, but I loved her goat. And that really hit hard because I saw that goat grow up. And a little guy to the most handsomest, bearded, majestic white goat of the mountain over there where she lives. And when he made his transition, I really felt for her. And I channeled the message through a deck and sent it to her. And she said she's never, ever thought of anything like that, or no one's ever given her a gift like that. So, hello, we do. And you, in particular, Shawnee, have some amazing animal decks. And I think what would be good is to just like share one of them and talk about it as to why it's like so powerful as using them to bless people with these types of messages and readings. Yeah.
Sure. Um, the deck that I use are the medicine cards by Baron Company, Jamie Sams and David Carson. And this is the very first deck that I ever owned. Is my very first deck. So it has like a lot of meaning to me. It was the first time I ever tested my intuitive abilities, the first time that I ever learned about any kind of card reading at all. This is before I even learned about what tarot was. I got
Ah,
it's on the medicine cards, and somebody did a totem reading for me, and it grew from there. And now I specialize in totem animal readings and spirit animal readings, and telling people what their spirit animals are and helping connecting them with them. And
yeah. Excuse me. Go
yeah,
on.
this deck, so it's just amazing the way that the animals speak, the different medicines that they have, the things that they can teach us, and the things that they have to say. Animals are amazing. They're sometimes I feel like they feel more deeply than even humans do. They grieve the same way that we do, but they feel things very deeply, animals.
Well, yes, their senses are way more heightened than ours by far. They'll know when there's going to be earthquakes. They know it's going to weather. They know. They know the
Yeah.
rumble. And they also know what's going on with you when you are an owner, no matter what the creature is. I've had tarantulas. I've raised 13, 15 feet Burmese pythons. I've had a boa constrictor. I've had lizards, fur babies of kitties and doggies, you with the feathered friends. It's all beautiful. As far as Shawnee's readings, I remember when I first met you and you did a thorough animal reading for me, animal guide reading with that deck. I also had that deck way back in the 80s. Yes. Anyway, it's expanded and I actually like your addition. So it's very, very, very thorough with Shawnee. She goes through all the directions, up, down, upside down. And me, it's all covered in a different way. I'm not a traditional tarot reader, although I do know tarot. Been reading it for quite some time since I was a kid. But when the animal decks came out with the tarot animal decks, I went,
Yeah.
about time. So I'll be reading from an indie animal deck, and it's a mini, and it's called the 78 Tarot Animal. And I love it because it's a collab. I never knew that there was collaboration decks. This is made by 45, 44 different artists and their take on whatever tarot card there is. And why I like this deck, it has 3 additional cards that are not tarot, and she just like threw in some gifts. So this card deck actually has a dinosaur in it. And it's my favorite dinosaur too. And it's not the T-Rex. I know people that know me are like, oh, it's probably the T-Rex. I go, no, she's actually mellow. It's those big ones with the little triangles, those really big ones, and they scoop
Or a
down.
stegosaurus. A
Yeah, they're
stegosaurus.
just like mellow. They eat bud all day.
Yeah, stegosaurus.
Yeah. So, anyways, let's pull a nice solstice messages.
Yeah. Yeah.
Solstice message or messages. Yeah. So shuffling, shuffling, shuffling. Okay. Oh, let's see. Where are the dice? What's the animal number today? Just in case the cards. Sometimes the cards they love to explode, and then sometimes they're just like, they're all shy. Normally not mine. Sometimes they are. Depends who the client is. Oh boy.
Mm,
Ooh, juicy already.
they are like
They love to speak. So we
open.
got quite a few here. So would you like to go first or I have 5 beautiful, beautiful animal images and messages for the solstice here from the animal kingdom. So whoever's ready, who's first? You would go first?
Sure. Okay. The first card that came up was Swan. And what I feel from Swan is that this is about, not resisting our transformation, and allowing ourselves to, go with the flow, and to trust in our transformation process. The other card that come up is Dog, and this is about loyalty, but Dog is about being, our best friend. And what I feel is that we're really learning about being loyal to ourselves and being our own best friend first and foremost. The other card that comes up is Armadillo, and this is about boundaries. So I feel like we're really learning to stand in our power and put down those boundaries, are not just boundaries with others, but really boundaries with ourselves as well. Keep within the boundaries with ourselves. And the last card that comes up is Mouse, and this is about scrutiny and taking care of the details. So I feel like a lot of us are in the process of being creative and within creative projects, and we're really looking at taking care of the details of laying down the foundations of our creations. And then the last card that comes up on the bottom of the deck is Owl. And this is about lighting up our blind side, about being honest with ourselves, seeing the truths, going into the darkness to see the truth.
Is that a barn owl? Is it a barn owl? Oh, well,
I
he has a heart-shaped face. It's kind
Yes.
of it's a night owl-ish. Some barn owls are kind of brownish, but it's an owl. It has, I like the heart-shaped face on it.
Yeah.
And something you say about the truth, because when the barn owls come onto my table, it is about that truth. Here's the thing about the truth. that's the truth. And then there's the barn owl. But the barn owl has an interesting element when it comes to me, because it gives you the reward of you can't be lied to. Although the only way that you can't be lied to is if you don't lie to yourself, or it don't work. Or the owl is like, you don't get it, huh? Next lesson till you do. But for those of us that do the work, that lesson's very powerful, and I've experienced that for sure. It's very sword-like, very cut and dry. The animal can bullshit around. He sees you as that mouse, and he's hungry. You think he's gonna just let it go by? He's gonna snatch that little bitch and eat it. Beautiful bird, to the point, direct, no middle, no mush. And I have a swan on my table too. And the my favorite card energies are the aces, especially the wands. And then I have a couple of favorite images in the wand suit, and they are shown up right here. So to start, we are on this beautiful journey. Three of Wands opens up the messages here. Excuse me. Yeah. Journey to get to that castle, or maybe it's a journey like you're going away from this type of place. Whatever the journey may be, there is a journey and an open pathway here. There's one butterfly and there's two blue ones. Interesting. So there's one path in particular they want you to pay attention to. And that path is, interestingly enough, followed by the white swan, and then there's the white salamander here. So there's white here, and it's blue. White and blue colors are dominant, as we are wearing. I didn't call her up to ask her what she was wearing. I didn't even see her before we were vibing, and we're both wearing the color of the blue, the water, the flow, allowing, like, we just like this bird right here. Interesting that it has the same kind of background. Two different artists, I believe. Yep, two different artists. The artists are stated in the bottom of the card. So here we go. We start off with here with the path, and look. So I think you're moving away from this because it seems kind of dim and dark over here.
Mm.
And the swan is like, I'm gonna go where the prosperity is and where my ideas expand, and fuck the bitches that don't want me, because I want myself. Very independent bird. Like, she don't have no babies here. She's portrayed as herself. Swan's very beautiful for birthing, obviously. What are we birthing, Shawnee? The big dick energy returns to the table, of course, with the Ace of Wands, and it's portrayed by the dolphin, though. He just wants to play. He wants to play, but he's up to something, and it's sexy. They're very fun animals, so please, people, if you've been too serious lately, the animal message is from the dolphin is like, flip that, flip it. Or the words come out of my mouth, they say, fuck it. But the dolphin's saying, flip it. Next, the cup, the page cup. Now, this is an interesting deck because I've never seen this alien salamander in an animal deck ever. And it's very cute. It's a page. So new beginnings here with this emotions and creation. And it's a very sensual page of cup. So for you that have been in this dark Three of Wands stage, like, I'm ready to take the journey. Yes, you are, evidently here. But there's a lot of sensuality opening up here in this winter solstice. So I don't know. Some of you are going to get real cozy. It's going to warm up pretty good. And the last is the famous Four of Wands, portrayed by one of my cutest dancing spiders. You know, the ones, they go like this and they're all like,
The little
you see
jumping
them,
spider.
they're always on my feed, like all the reels. It's a very powerful reading and vibe here and message because this is the Four Wands. These are like powerful, soulful connections that are coming towards people. Why? Because you had to go through a lot of these deaths, as just like the animals do. These butterflies go through amazing transformation. I used to hatch butterflies as a kid. And I think what was fascinating to me is when they came out of the cocoon, their wings literally had drips of blood. And I used to think like, ooh, it's bloody. Wow. Because I'm a kid, like, ooh, I'm into horror movies. Ooh. And at the bottom of the can, and I have these really big industrial coffee cans. And my dad put the screen on top with the lid, and we put wire around it so they would stay secure and nothing else would harm the butterflies in their transition. And at the bottom of the can, it was all bloody. Ooh, it's all bloody because they shed.
Yeah.
Isn't that interesting? So they bleed, and do you know some of them may not make it? Not all creatures will make the molt, the shed, the transformation, but us in our transformation, we get to choose. Maybe it didn't work out. Maybe what you chose was like the ends didn't meet or whatever it happened, but we are definitely getting prosperity here with the nine pentacle, ace wand, page cup, four wands. Thank you, Animal Kingdom, for this beautiful winter solstice message. So get ready. Very nice. Do you see yourself in the cards here today?
Oh yeah.
Which, I mean, the one that I'm all about the spider. I'm all
Yeah.
like, you guys are all cool on the table. I get the journey, but I'm here. I'm here with the celebration, beautiful partnerships, but you had to have gone through those deaths and get all that passed out so it can come towards you. It's been heavy duty working years for the past 2 years already, Shawnee.
Yeah.
It's time to fly, everyone. It's time to like,
Celebrate.
yeah, let that big dick energy in. That's what that like flip up, strip and flip. Okay. What a beautiful winter solstice message that is. I'm going to leave it up and I'm actually going to do an extended on the 5 cards, which I'll be playing with a little later. So stay tuned as you see that posted here. Did you draw 5? How many did you draw?
I drew 5. Yeah.
See, I didn't tell you how many to draw.
No.
This is how many came and flopped, and I didn't even pay attention. See the magic of the art of what we do. So let's talk about this Ace of Wands here with because this is the one in the middle, and this is the victory card. What has this become successful here in your endeavors? Is that the dolphin's very playful? It's highly intelligent. It lives in the water. He's not worried about the rain. He's not worried about shit. He's just floating around the water. Things are happening among us. That's okay. I love the energy of the not giving up here and the energy that you're ready to receive for real, like for real, for real. But here's the thing about receiving. In order to receive, you really must feel vulnerable because when you receive and let it in, you must be vulnerable to receive it. You must be open to receive. And a lot of people don't have a easy time with that. Do you? Do you have an easy time with that, receiving?
With receiving. I don't think I have too hard of a time. I used to have a really tough time with receiving, but now I don't feel like I have as hard of a time receiving as I used to. I'm a lot better at it.
Yeah, because we're not talking about the greedy ones like gimme, gimme, gimme. I need some more. Gimme, gimme, gimme. Don't ask what for. And if you're an old punk rocker, you'll get that reference. We'll see how many comments someone knows that one. So, in closing, I don't know if we want to close, but we really wanted to introduce ourselves and what we're up to in doing this. That's all. That's all this is. The first podcast was about. It's like why, what inspired us. Um, and so if it inspires you, you know what to do. You like, share, you subscribe, you share all that stuff. And we'll be coming on here with different topics. So that's really important that you leave comments for us. What do you want to know about the animal kingdom? Or we'll just we go with the flow. That's what it looks like here because we have two water cards, well, three water cards in the smack middle. So please just allow it to come in. Look, animals aren't like, well, man, I got to lose some 10 pounds before I do that. They're not thinking that. They're not thinking, well, as soon as I get my house built, okay, then that's going to happen. They don't give a fuck. It's now. They're just doing them. So it's really good to be in your surroundings and watch. What are they teaching you? They're really funny too, because you can see animals within you and your social situations, especially them birds. Oh boy, them birds are fierce. You ever see a hummingbird fight?
Oh yeah.
They wicked, man. They're like, that's my nectar, not yours. You guys have seen them. Like, I've seen fatalities where that was not a cat killing, that was a bird to bird killing. I've seen it. I have a lot of hummingbirds here. We have a, you know, little hummingbird thingy.
Oh, they can be, yeah, amazingly aggressive.
Ah, so that's what I mean. That's how come I love my tarot. Because the next card I see that says love, joy for hummingbird. Okay, yeah. You don't really know that bird, do you? It's really a beautiful. Yes, it is a love bird. It's the ayahuasca bird, the bird of the heart. Ayahuasca's fierce too, though. Very, very intensely fierce. But anyways, anything to add, Shawnee? Anything to add? Lug?
No, I don't think so. I think that, yeah. Other than, I mean, I just, I look forward to doing this with you, and I look forward. I really love working with the animals and animal messages, and it just, they've always spoken to me, and yeah, I just look forward to doing this with you, and to the people that I feel that we're going to be able to help, because I don't know, I haven't seen a lot of what I haven't seen any of what we're doing actually, where people are going to be connected with their fur babies, and I feel like it's an important thing, because those are important relationships, you know.
Yeah, and they could be alive. Please. They have
Yeah,
voices while they're here. I take advantage while they're here.
yeah.
It's a lot challenging when they're not. But when they transition, they do have a lot more to say because they're not dealing with the earthly everything that everybody deals with here. They're not dealing with that anymore. So when I got the feedback, when I did the reading for the goat, sounds funny. Look, there's animal whisperers. Hello, there's reality TV shows about that. Especially that guy. You know, the guy with the crazy beard that does the cat one, the cat whisperer guy. Dude, I've seen some episodes like fucking cats are out of control, man. They're fucking demons sometimes. I love them. They're fucking crazy ass creatures. And then he has them all tame at the end of the show. It's like he understands and he gets it. I mean, I'm sure it must be challenging and it didn't hope happen overnight. That's TV. There's editing and probably work who knows how long. I don't watch the show, but I just know of it, right? My mom always said that I had a way with animals. Like some people have a way with babies, human babies, or baby animals, or more mature animals. So yeah, they really do have a lot to say. They have blessed my life over and over and over and over and over. I've had quite some characters. The Chihuahua was wild. My cats were wild. The snakes were beautiful. My Spideys, well, I hope they're doing well. I'm not a keeper of any animals right now because I do believe that they should be in their habitat. And also, my lifestyle right now, I prefer not to. And the biggest one of all, which I think everyone that's watching that is a keeper, I commend you. I really do. Because there comes a day when you know they're not going to be with you. Their lifespans are not as us. Although you never know when we're going to take off. Age means nothing. You never know when we're going to disappear. But what I'm saying is that's why I really wanted to do this is to help, people go to readings for people like that passed away for them. Why not someone that has been their companion for like 15, 16 years or more, especially those that are on their own, that it's just them and their companion. So just know readings can be done for the animal kingdom. I've been doing them. I just never had thought to like, well, let me offer this as like a, like something that I do is or we do as well. You do this too, not just me. Oh, such a blessing. I keep looking at the images and there's a 2 powerful weeks left of this year, and you think it happened. Okay, so where we're going with this, we really want to go live. We want to have this live. Now, why didn't we go live today? There's glitches going on with apps, phones, whatever. And we really felt like we wanted to introduce ourselves first. Like, who are these? Who are they doing? What's Animal Clinic about? So where we want to take these lives is on TikTok. So we'll be doing on both platforms.
Yeah.
So whatever's working that day, it's like it's actually Mercury retrograde right now too. And we won't be stopped. Like we've had some issues, tech issues that thought they were going to knock me down. So our advice here too, with this big dick energy, this nice horny, because he's usually look, he has a horn. He's horny. Look at this horny dolphin says like he gonna give up. He's gonna jump out of the water and celebrate. Because look at the portal. Look at the portal. Look at the sun. He's all yay. They do that noise and stuff. Wow, that was a really precise interpretation, huh? Yeah, our cups are ready to be filled. It's everything. Our world to expand. We're just ready. It's been a hell of a 2 years, 3 years past. And just to see the Ace of Wands here is everything. And this is our first podcast. And we have big dick energy. Hello. All we need.
All right.
So yes, plugs. We're we're growing our TikTok audience so we can do it live, and we can do it live here because it's just different platforms that we both love. That's all. So that's what we're up to. And that's where everybody's support comes from. That's how it grows, word of mouth, right? It's word of mouth with the most successful things are word of mouth.
Yeah.
You know, not phony ass bullshitters that have to buy their buy-in like the real, like, I won't even go there. Never mind. So in completion, yeah, we'll be podcasting every week. Maybe sometimes we might have to skip a week. We never know how life comes at us, but our goal's every week. We'll have some good animal content for you, laughs, giggles, cards, messages. Right, Shawnee?
Yeah.
Anything else for our first podcast? Salud, man. This is fun. Anything before we go and enjoy the rest of the cloudy day that's supposed to rain here. And I absolutely think it's beautiful. It doesn't matter if there's clouds, sun here. I look out my window and it's the most beautiful scenery. I love where I feast my eyes on it every day out here. So yes, just know everything's gonna be really yummy. There's 2 more weeks. Here's the magic images from my pool. These are the most strongest ones here. These are the ones that have my attention. As we say goodbye, and we'll be back next week. Just wait till we go live and flip cards for you, though. That's going to be amazing because that's where the magic is.
Yeah.
But we'll
I
have
love doing
topics.
readings.
We'll have topics, I'm sure. There's much to talk about in the animal kingdom. But again, please comment what would you like to hear about, and we'll be back next week. We'll have a theme song, all that. This is raw. We're not waiting. We just couldn't wait. People, that's another thing. People are like, oh, when it's the new year, I'll start with the new year. This is it. You know, that whole New Year resolutions and stuff with the
I wait.
gym, especially when the gym, I used to work in the gym, right? I'll be like, I'll give them to March. We'll see. A lot of people come in and we'll see who really goes for it. It's like, yeah, that's what this is also saying. This Three of Wands, you're going away from breaking patterns. You're going away and going on a new journey with this one here for prosperity, for your world, for everything you've been wanting. That's all. They said it. We just read what's there. So thank you, swans and butterflies, and the spiders, and our Harney dolphin. And I never can pronounce the salamander. It's called I don't know how to pronounce this salamander. It lives in the exo something. It's my it's my sexy salamander. That's all. Salute, everybody. We're going to see everybody next week. Much love. We'll be back.